There's an opinion I've heard throughout my life, a phrase people often say when it comes to finishing a movie, especially a horror movie. It's an opinion I've heard a million times, and hell, it's an opinion you've probably heard a million times. And that opinion is this: the movie was good up until the end. The ending sucked, it ruined the movie. Now, I don't share that same sentiment. I can still enjoy a movie even if the ending is bad, but I'm also sympathetic to that opinion. Like, I get it. It does suck when the ending doesn't stick the landing. The reason I bring this up is because Marshmallow, the new straight-to-digital, low-budget horror film, has the opposite effect. This movie wasn't that good until the end. Marshmallow delivers one of the best horror reveals I've seen in recent memory. The ending is phenomenal. The ending saves the movie.
It's the doctor! He's real!
Marshmallow is about a young kid named Morgan who attends summer camp. Soon after arriving, Morgan is bullied and picked on, and to make matters worse, it seems that Morgan has some deep trauma issues he's working through. One night, around the campfire, the camp counselors tell a scary story about a doctor who roams the woods looking for body parts. And it isn't long before our boy Morgan starts to see a doctor figure lurking in the woods. So yeah, Marshmallow is clearly inspired by films such as, Sleepaway Camp and Friday the 13th. If you love these types of corny summer camp horror films, then you'll probably have a lot of fun here. But I'll be honest, for half of its runtime, I was really struggling. The dialogue is pretty rough, and outside of the kid actors, the acting is laughably bad.
When the family went to sleep, the doctor would go down there, and he wouldn't come out until the sun came up.
Not to mention that I wasn't really emotionally invested in Morgan's journey here. But once the last 40 minutes or so kick in, the film becomes an absolute blast. Once the doctor shows up to camp and kids start running around screaming and the counselors are trying to deal with the chaos, the film really started to settle in for me. But nothing could prepare me for the reveal of this movie, the twist. This is some M. Night Shyamalan type shit, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's a twist so absolutely bananas that it's hard not to love it. Now, obviously, I'm not going to spoil the ending here because that would be, wildly irresponsible of me, but damn does this ending rule. One of the aspects that makes this reveal so fun is that the reveal actually changes the genre of the film. Think of something like From Dusk Till Dawn or even Sinners. Marshmallow is one of those movies that starts in one genre and ends in another, and I love that shit. Marshmallow's ending also does that fun thing where it recontextualizes the film. There were so many moments in the first half where I was putting my hands up and saying what? That doesn't make any sense. Character motivations that seemed ridiculous in the first half retroactively start to make sense once you have the full context of the reveal. But sadly, outside of the ending, there's not much meat on this bone. This is undoubtedly a low-budget horror film, and it shows. As long as you are aware that this is a low-budget horror film, I think it'll be easier to swallow its shortcomings. But I can guarantee you, man, many people will rent this because of its high Rotten Tomato score and its dope-ass thumbnail, but will most likely turn it off 30 minutes in because it is pretty rough. But those of you who are forgiving enough and patient enough will be rewarded with one hell of an ending that saves this film from just being another forgettable, straight-to-digital horror film. To me, this is a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, I will see you on the next one.